Hey guys, thank you for joining me today on Instinctive Addiction. I've got something for you today I think will be really helpful to you. Let's just say you're that guy that is making the switch from compound shooting to traditional archery. In other words, you want to kill deer with a recurve or a longbow, right? That's what I wanted to do. That's what everybody wants to do. They say, hey, man, this is so cool. I want to get me one of these bows and I want to hunt with one. I want to kill a deer with a recurve or a longbow or whatever. Hey, it's not that hard. I promise you guys, it is not that big of a handicap. To me, it's not at all. But you have to start out right. There are a couple of things that I need to share with you today to help you get started on the right foot. Number one, don't buy too heavy of a bow. In other words, if you're shooting 70 pounds on a compound right now, don't go over a 45-pound bow to start with. A 45-pound bow that is well tuned with a good heavy front of center arrow will kill anything that you want to kill on the face of the earth, pretty much. You don't have to have that much weight, and you can shoot it so much easier. Now, it's okay to build up even to 50 pounds plus once you have toned your muscles after a year or so of shooting, and I mean a lot of shooting, because it's going to take that long for you to do it. But you've got to develop your shot process. And fellas, I feel like it's impossible to develop a consistent shot process that you can do over and over and over and over with an anchor point that is consistent and back tension that is consistent every single time if you're overbowed, if you have too much weight. Okay, so now if you have a bow that fits you in the weight range and you've got that bow tuned, the next thing you need to do, once your arrows are tuned, your bow is tuned, everything's good, you've bare shaft tuned it, and it is shooting the arrows right. They're flying beautiful. You're getting great arrow flight, and everything's good, but you're lacking a little bit in your grouping, and it's on you, okay? Let's just say if it's not the bow's fault, but it's your fault. What do? How do you fix it? Well, I'm going to try to help you with that today real quickly. You need to develop what's called a shot process. I had to develop one. Now, my shot process is not going to be exactly like yours, and yours is not going to be like mine, nor is ours going to be like everybody else's, because you will find out that everybody shooting traditional has a slightly different way that they do it. How they draw the bow, how they anchor, how they cant the bow, how they grip the bow, how they execute their shot, whether they gap shoot, whether they shoot instinctive, whether they shoot 3 fingers onto the nock, or if they shoot split finger, whatever the case may be. There's a multitude of ways to shoot traditional bows, and you got to find what works for you. Not what I do and not what anybody else does, but what works for you, that you can do consistently over and over and over again, day in and day out, and it not change. That's how you get accurate. So I'm going to share mine with you. Mine's been labeled by folks before as a fluid style of shooting, which is good. I don't hold all day long, guys. I don't have to hold all day long. I'm shooting a 49-pound bow at my draw length, which is just shy of 28 inches. And just to show you that I can hold this bow literally all I want to all day long. I mean, I don't have to rush to let this bow go whatsoever. I can shoot this bow any way I want to. But I choose not to hold it long on my shots. And as you're going to see when I demonstrate my shot here, I don't hold very long. Why? Because I am glued to where I want to shoot. I am focused on that little spot that I want to hit, and I don't have to hold the bow anymore. All I'm thinking about when I'm looking at a spot is this arrow. I want to see that arrow go through that little spot. I'm envisioning that arrow going right where I want it to go, and I make sure that I come into a full draw, I come into my anchor, and my back tension kicks in, and my shoulder blades come together, my head slightly into it, my bow slightly canted, like this, and when I do, it happens. It just works, and I do it the same every single time at every distance. It doesn't matter. So that's why I love shooting instinctive. I love it because all I got to do is look at what I want to shoot and shoot it. That's my style, okay? Now, if you choose to hold it longer and just kind of drill through that spot with your eyes, great and fine, as long as you don't get to moving around. If you can hold steady, that's fine. But when you get too much weight on a bow, that becomes very, very difficult to do, very hard. So you'll notice a lot of guys are going with a little bit lighter poundage now so that they can shoot more consistent and more accurate, and they're letting the arrows make the difference. They're putting 300 grains on the front of an arrow now, 250 on the light end, that will kill anything that they shoot at. They're getting super quiet bows, great arrow flight, and a lot of kinetic energy, but yet they can shoot them accurate. That's what most people are going to now, instead of the snap shooting, heavy poundage, just what we call just grip and rip. The grip and rip's leaving, you guys. That's hard to do consistent. So I'm going to shoot a couple here at the old bale back here. This is actually right at 40 yards. It's 36 yards. I'm sorry, 36 yards from right here to that bale, to that little dot. And I'm going to shoot a couple of lighted knocks down there and show you guys my style of how I shoot in my shot process. But you have to develop yours. And here's the example of mine. It is stare at the target, line up, come to full draw, bingo. I just dead centered here at 36 yards, dead centered that ring no more than the size of a 50-cent piece. That's what I just hit, instinctive, doing that. Now, will I miss occasionally? Sure. If you don't focus right, you don't execute right, you're going to. But I shoot a lot. I shoot all the time. And to me, it comes natural. But you notice I didn't hold a long time. I looked at what I wanted to hit, I come to full draw, and I let my back tension come in, and I just relaxed my fingers and held my form till that arrow was gone and it's in there. Okay, guys, I'll shoot. I've got, I don't know if you can see it or not, I've got a deer target right there. I've got a big deer target, and it's almost dark. It's getting dusky dark, right? That's a big old doe target out here, and she is from right here. She's 34 yards, about 2 yards closer, about 34 yards. Still a long shot, but I'm gonna try to see if I could kill that deer from here instinctive. All right, the way I do it. Here we go. Bingo, dead in there. The knock's not lit up, dead in there. That's an absolute 10 ring, as good as you can get. Guys, I'm telling you, it's not hard. It's not. It does come with practice. But you have to work on your own process. Whatever that process is, it's something you have to develop. But get out there and have fun. Figure out what works for you and go with it day in and day out. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you again for joining us. God bless you. Take care. We hope everything that we say and do will glorify the Lord and help you in traditional archery. Till next time, have a good day.